Okay, so I had this idea to do some in case you didn't know videos, just because I've done some lessons this year, not just this year, of course, but the previous years, and some of the things that I've noticed that are pretty common that people aren't aware of are things that I have to frequently point out. So, and these are just some things that I do. It doesn't mean that it's the only way or the right way or the correct way, but I believe that I have enough reason behind some of these things to have a good argument. So this is just my way of doing things, and there are other trainers that do the same thing. There are other trainers that do the complete opposite. So you just do whatever works for you. This is just some advice and things that work for me. This is a curbless bit, which means it's a bit that doesn't have any curb action under here. It works off mouth pressure and side pull. So when you pull, you don't have any shank or leverage. There's no pull pressure, there's no curb pressure. It's purely here in the mouth. So, however, there is a leather strap here. You can use, a string, like I have these as well that work on curbless bits. They attach from side to side. I'm doing this on my own, so bear with me here. And then also, this is a leather strap that's made for this. What this does, when you pull back, this doesn't have, like I said, any curb pressure. However, it holds each side of the mouthpiece together, so one side can't pull through the other. So when I pull on this side, if I have a horse that happens to, pull back unexpectedly, this side won't go through his mouth. Now, that's pretty obvious. Most people know that. However, one thing that I do that I see a lot of people don't do, and I see this a lot, is when I clip my reins, let's see, where's my snap? This is what I see the most. See that? See how my clip is behind the leather? This is what I see the most, okay? What I believe is the correct way, or my way, what works for me, I like to clip it here on this side of the leather strap. That way, when I'm working young horses especially, and I just make it a habit to do it on every horse, whether young, finished, whatever. When I'm working, or seasoned, I should say, no horse is actually finished, right? So when I'm working with young horses, I like to clip it here on this side of the curve strap. That way, when I do lift my reins, hang on, bud, sorry. When I do lift my reins, it does pull this, see how it does kind of pull this strap up? So it's almost like a small introduction to an actual curb strap on a curb bit. So when you do transition this bit into, or this horse, excuse me, into a curb bit, they already are a little bit familiar with feeling. It's not, you're not going to get like any training pressure, nothing that's really going to make a difference with the feel. But for the horse, I feel like it makes a big difference because it does introduce this action right here. So that tiny little adjustment from clipping here, excuse me, to clipping here instead makes a huge difference, if you can even see that. So anyways, that is how I like to clip my reins when I'm riding in any kind of curbless bit on any horse. And I have never had any issues. I don't see how this could be like a safety, any cons to this method. However, there's definitely a pro. So if you have to choose, why not, take the extra step?